Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another timeless pick a card reading where we're going to be asking, what the hell? We're going to be asking Spirit, why is this happening in my life? So we're going to get some direction on whatever's going on in your life that seems overwhelming right now. What is the reason behind it? What does the Creator want you to know? So we're going to pull just, I'm thinking at least 3, maybe 4 from these Gentle Creatures Wisdom deck. And we're just going to see what options you have and which ones that you're drawn to. Of course, you can pick as many as you would like. I'll have timestamps listed in the description box below, so you can jump to whichever one you want. But we'll see here. So what options do you want to be able to give us for this pick a card? Okay, so they do want to... Okay, there are going to be 4. I had a feeling. So we'll start over here, and this will be option number 1, which you have is road trip. Option number 2 is going to be the offer. Option number 3 is going to be all. And then reading number 4 is going to be clearing. So like I said, you can choose as many of these as you would like. I am going to start with reading number 1. All timestamps will be listed in the description box below if you want to jump to one of the others. So let's get started. Right, if you chose reading number 1, which is the road trip card here, then this is the reading for you. I'm just going to put this one up here. Sorry for the glare there. All right. So this one talks about, with the wind in their hair, a cozy couple sets off on a road trip to somewhere. They haven't decided where they want to go because they know in their happy hearts that the destination isn't as important as the company. In this case, their small-winged friend who's been invited along gets to determine which way the wind will blow them. He isn't a navigator so much as an instigator. All 3 are traveling light with no maps and no expectations. They are taking their time so they don't miss anything. They are ready for everything. Where will your adventurous heart take you next? Who will ride beside you? Take these lessons from the gentle creatures to heart. Remember that you can choose the direction or let the direction choose you. The same goes for those who would travel with you. Sometimes you want a tried and true friend along for grand adventures. Other times it's exciting to find the courage to venture out alone and trust the winds of fate to invite new acquaintances to join your journey. So it feels like the energy of this one that's coming in here with the road trip is that the road seems kind of bumpy, right? When I was reading that, I had this picture of someone veering off and going off-roading, and it feels like your life right now is just going all over the place. And then they showing me a boat ride where you're on a speedboat and you're going very fast, and you take a sudden turn and someone who is on the ship with you falls overboard, and so you're looking around going, where do they go? You feel alone, you feel bumpy, you feel just this, and this is in relation with another person. So this has to do with bumpiness around your relationships. We'll see what else they want us to know here and get a little deeper into what the situation is. And we're going to use the Into the Lonely Woods deck, which is also made by the same author as these other cards, the Gentle Creatures. So let's take a look here. See, what else would you like those that chose reading number 1 to know about this bumpy situation? Okay. There we go. So you've got your presence is a gift to others. Love it. That is card number 29. We're just going to put that one up over here. And And let's see what that mentions in here for you. It says, sometimes we are alone for so long that we begin to wonder if we can still connect. We ask, what will I say? What if I forget how to behave? We miss the presence of others, yet we fear their rejection, that they will never truly know us. Dear soul, you are lovable. When you find yourself once again with others, and if you fall silent, wondering what to do, take a breath and let yourself become aware of their presence and allow your intuition to guide you. You are worthy of friendship and love, and you are very nearly ready to let others in once again. For as you miss others, they miss you too. Your presence is a gift to all who meet you. Wow, yeah, so definitely seeing that picture of this boat where there was a sudden change or turn in your life where someone who was there was suddenly gone, and you're like, I don't even know where they went. What's going on here? So we'll put this up here. We're going to use the Black Tarot to dive in a little deeper here. And all the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below. If any of these catch your fancy, you know where you can obtain those. But let's give these a shuffle and get more detail here. What the hell is going on? So we'll see what Spirit and Creator want you to know about this situation. One more time. All right. So for those who chose reading number 1, what would you like them to know about this situation? Okay, I do want to that one and that one and these two. So I'll put those up here. And what else? Okay. Wow. They are wanting to speak to you for sure. And I feel, what, is there one more? Yep. Okay. We like the even stuff. Now, these Black Tarot, at first when the cards started doing this, where they started to have these little peeling back on here, my ego human side was like, oh my God, what is going on here? And then Spirit was like, whoa, 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 simmer down, Rattler. And they were like, look at these cards as behind any darkness. When you peel it back, you do find it is all of light. Whatever is happening in our lives is happening for us, even though at the time it feels very dark, like there would be no good that we could see in it. Once things are peeled back, once we're able to reveal things, and we may not even see it in this lifetime, it might be in our life review, and we go to the other side and we're like, all right, what was all this about? That we will see how your thread intertwined with all of the others in the giant tapestry of life, and why things were brought into your life, why you wanted things to come into your life as well. So whenever I see the white pieces pop up here, that is the message they told me that they wanted me to say with these. But we will start with this one over here. And you do have the Queen of Wands. Beautiful, beautiful, powerful card going on here. So this is about, the Queen of Wands is one of the most confident, bold, can direct her energy in amazing ways and get stuff done in their lives. Very fiery personality. When someone walks in, you walk in a room, people notice you. And even though, like you said, you might feel lonely and feel like you don't have people in your life, people are noticing you. You can't hide this brilliance and this energy that you put off. Also, normally the Queen of Wands would have like a black cat with her, representing her connection to the spiritual world. Because in addition to ruling over her fire of the wand suit, all of the queens also get a portion of water. So she's fire and water, which allows her to connect to her intuition. Like it mentioned, trust your intuition here. Definitely a reinforcement to trust your gut. Know that you have a special connection to the spirit world and not to neglect that, to really focus in on that. Let's see what else we have here too. Yeah, and you have the magician. So more fiery type energy coming in here. I mean, they wield the wand, and the magician is such an amazing, powerful card. This is very divine feminine. This is very divine masculine. But she's a very powerful person that puts that energy forward, and the magician is just reinforcing that message for you, that you have such magic and such brilliance to bring. Normally they would have their hand raised toward the heavens with a wand in it, and then one hand pointing to the ground. And that basically showing that you're a conduit of beautiful energy from above, that unconditional love energy. And so what I'm feeling for this alone time, this period of time that you kind of have felt alone, that you have felt abandoned in a way too, or like someone was taken away out of your life, just know that was happening for you, that you had asked for this type of experience to happen because you wanted to become stronger, you wanted to become independent and self-sufficient. And this is just telling you how powerful you are. And if you haven't recognized it yet, that you will, that this time alone is for you to really learn about your intuition and your spiritual gifts and what you're able to bring through you to the world. Look at how you uniquely want to share your unconditional love with the world in your own unique way, not regurgitating or duplicating someone else, but doing that in your own way. Let's see what else we got here. And the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is about relationships. So, the Two of Cups does tell you here that you do have people coming into your life, that as you open up, as you connect with your power here, then you are no longer afraid of what other people can do to you, because you realize that anything anyone does is a mirror for you, and they're doing something for you instead. So you really have this big transformation on how you look at other people's actions impacting you. And the Two of Cups brings a wonderful, beautiful message again around your power, that every moment you have this ability to put your power of choice into play. Not only do we have the ability to choose what story we want to put to any situation, we can choose what emotion we want to feel in any situation. And every moment is a choice between either unconditional love of the higher realms or of the fear of losing conditional love of the human world, our fear-based stuff. So when we have that pain and this agitation and we're feeling like we're being shaken all over the place on our off-road trip, or when the other person got thrown out of the boat, those feelings of fear of, oh, something was wrong with me, that's why this is happening, I'm being punished, or any of those fear-based emotions, every moment is a choice between those two. And I really feel like through these experiences you're realizing that you get to choose what emotion you want to feel. And I know sometimes we're like, I don't feel like it's a choice. Something happens, this is how we feel. So where's the choice? But when we slow down time and, reflect back on our childhood, which is what Spirit did when they brought up this type of message to me. And I was like, what? Are you really sure we can choose? They showed how every human, when we're younger, we're given so much popular opinion of the outside world on when something happens, this is what it's supposed to mean. And it's reinforced over and over and over, where it becomes our opinion, then it becomes our habit to feel a certain way when a certain situation happens, and then so much that it becomes our reaction, where we don't feel like we're thinking it, or choosing. Something happens and boom, this is how we feel. It happens so fast. But if we have the ability to form new habits around what we want to feel around situations, this all comes with this realization of your power. And then you have the Seven of Cups. Yes. So this builds on that theme. Normally this is around confusion around emotions, but with what you have going on here, this is showing you that no matter what happens, like before, you might have had like, when this thing happens, this is the exact cup that I have to feel, the exact emotion I always have to feel when this thing happens. But this is now showing you that you look at it now or very soon from now, as you grasp onto your power to choose your emotions, that you can choose whatever emotion you want to feel in any situation, or several, right? So this is about changing your habit to a new emotion where you just feel this beautiful ability to, I'm going to laugh in that situation, or I'm going to choose that that is something happening for me and I'm grateful for that, or I'm going to get angry with this and then 5 minutes later I'm going to choose gratitude. There is no wrong emotion. There is just emotions that will bring you experiences of fear or experiences of unconditional love, and you realize that power lies within your hands, not in anyone else that's going on out there. And I know in the beginning, when we're like, other people are not responsible for your emotions, we can get resistant to that because we don't want to take responsibility for our emotions, because we would judge ourselves so guilty and so harshly. But once you get your power back, you realize that when you believed what you did, you have no other choice but to feel what you felt. But now you know differently. And with that, you can make new choices without judging yourself from your past. So love this evolution you're having here. Yeah, because here's another two of spheres. So you have these twos coming in. Spheres is about your outside world and your choice of what stories that you're going to apply to those situations that come in the outside world. You have your thoughts, you have your beliefs, you have your emotions, but the two, again, comes down to the choice empowerment that you're getting, this beautiful awareness that you are the one that's choosing all of this. So you've got your twos and your twos and your twos and your twos. Really, you're discovering that there's more than just this human side of you that is living this human experience with you. That's just the character that you're playing. You can even look at it as, here's you, your little human character self, but then you have this huge you, the powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being that is you, that is made of unconditional love. That's the actor behind this character. And that you get to really understand that there are these two worlds you're constantly choosing, and neither of them is wrong. Your shadow, your small piece of yourself, is you. So it's not something that you want to destroy. It's something that you're just learning to kind of complement each other in this ebb and flow of life as you're working through it. And then you have the Three of Spheres. So you have the Three of Pentacles, which this is about being the authentic you and living your authentic life. You can even see here again, little you, little you, but then this is the big authentic you. And the Three of Spheres, or the Three of Pentacles in the Standard Tarot, is about the outside influence of other people, their opinions. There's people that are, poking holes in your dream and people who are supporting you. And both of them can draw you off into an inauthentic path of how you uniquely want to share your power with the world, because you have feared in the past of being rejected and not, fitting in. So you've altered your course, either because people bullied you or people were praising you and just added, but hey, have you ever thought of doing it this way? And you didn't want to lose that support. So you bended your way that you're living life, the way that you're presenting yourself to the world. So a big, huge message about returning to this authentic you, into your power, and how you're expressing it out into the world. Then you have Temperance. Yep, so Temperance, balancing things out, having patience with everything. Again, the balancing of the two sides, right? Knowing that there are these two sides, and that we probably, even with our power of choice, we have the possibility to choose joy in every second going forward, and putting stories of joy and gratitude around everything every second for the rest of our lives. But how boring would that be, right? We like the drama. We came down to this movie theater to participate in this play, in this movie. We didn't come down here to just sit and sit in pure unconditional love, because we have that back home. We came here to this giant amusement park of fear rides to ride the fear rides. So the balancing and going back in the ebb and flow is great. You look at life very differently when you realize that there is a choice every moment between the fear or the unconditional love. And when you experience fear, you don't feel as desperate or trapped or just like without hope, because you know any second you could choose unconditional love. So it's like, and they're showing me, when I was younger, I went to Disneyland, and they had this big dome where everyone laid on the floor, looked up at the ceiling, and it was all around. You know, the picture was around all the dome, and they took you in these movies, and one of them was a roller coaster. And it was beautiful because it's like if you get too scared and you start to feel sick, close your eyes. And that's kind of what they're saying, is when we feel so much fear and so much chaos and so much stuff going on, we close our eyes and then we turn inward to unconditional love and up above. And we can stop the feeling, stop the scariness by doing that. So perfect. And then your last card is the Eight of Cups, which is beautiful because this is all about moving up to a new level on your emotions, and you are leaving behind the emotions that are no longer serving you. So these emotions you've gone through and what you have, when we're asking why, it's like it was for your development, was for your experience, because in experiencing the opposites, these fear emotions, these conditional love, we're able to more fully understand the higher realm, the higher, unconditional love, and all those feelings that are related to that. Because without experiencing one, we don't know the other even really exists, right? So if we didn't realize, an example is without sadness, you don't truly understand happiness, right? For breathing air, you don't realize there's air until you're underwater looking up at air going, that's air because I've experienced non-air. So you did choose all these situations on purpose for a purpose, but you are coming back into your power, understanding the power to choose what emotion that you want to go through. So loving this for you. If you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these timeless pick-a-card readings, I also put out weekly energy updates for each zodiac sign, also monthly readings for each zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, also click the subscribe button, and that gives you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, if you select the all option, then you will be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. And also doing those things, it helps spread the love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like a video, or you share this video with others, comment on this video, and especially subscribing to the channel, when you do those things, the YouTube algorithm gets so excited it wants to share the messages and videos of this channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am ever so grateful for that. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings. All that information is listed in the description box below. I also offer a sliding price scale for a lot of my services, so if you want to check those out, that's all down below. All right, all of you that chose reading number 1, you road trippers, enjoy this beautiful journey, and I'm sure we'll be talking very soon. But just know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. You hang in there, and we'll talk to you soon. You take care. All right, if you chose reading number 2, which is the offer, then this is the reading for you. We're just going to put them right there. And the offer talks about that our two friends in this card have taken a moment to meet under the full moon. The soft glow lights up the forest. There is an ambiance of quiet that allows our gentle creature to be fully engaged in accepting the gift his young friend has offered. It may be a handful of random green things to someone else, but to her, it is something she chose with great care. And her friend understands that. The gift for them is not what is in their hands, but what is in their heart of the small one looking up at them. They are both grateful for one another. Honoring one another with their full attention is another gift given in the space between companions. Have you given this to another recently? Do you need more of this in your life? The present is here. Focus on the air around you. Smell the scents. See the sights. Hear the sounds. If you offer yourself up to each moment as a gift, you will learn the beauty of being present in the moment. What requires your presence? Perhaps it is time to turn off all the other things to spend time with someone who needs your undivided attention. So the energy coming in for this one is definitely this: are you getting gifts of any of the love language, right? Any gifts of being told that you're loved, being touched, being given gifts, being given services, being told that you are loved. What offers are empty in your life? And that's where I feel what's drawn you to this reading, if you chose this number 2, is the emptiness of offers coming to you, that you feel you're always the one giving to everyone else, and you're feeling exhausted and empty, maybe even resentful. So I don't mean to laugh. We have all been there. You're never alone in that. We're going to pull additional card here from the Into the Lonely Woods deck. Any of the cards that I'm using, I do list in the description box below. So if they catch your fancy and you want some of them for yourself, you know where you can get them. So let's take a look here. What else does Spirit want you to know about this situation? Why is it happening? What's going on? So for those that chose reading number 2, what else would you like them to know, please, about this lack of gift giving, this empty feeling of non-reciprocity, not getting reciprocalness? I'm making up stuff as we go along. And it says, your inner light will guide you. Card number 15. Beautiful card there. We'll put that one right here. And let's see what additional message they have for you. It says, light your own torch now and use this inner light to guide you on your path. Your inner light will illuminate the stony ground, the loose rocks, the thorns and ditches along the way. Keep your inner light burning bright and trust the story unfolding beneath your feet. No one else can light the way. It is the light in your heart that will give you the greatest guidance when all about you falls into darkness. You may feel utterly alone at present, but know that others can see your light and the way you are showing. The torch that you bear will become the light that inspires others to step out of the crowd and follow the radiance of their soul. You are a way shower. Wow, I am loving that for you. Let's take a look here. We're also going to pull from the Black Tarot here and just see what else they want you to know about this situation. But I love that message. You know, you are giving so much from your heart, and you are showing others how that you can give so lovingly. And even no matter how spiritual or connected to spirit we are, we have the ebb and flow between the spirit world and the human world. And there are times when you're giving where you feel like, you are giving without expectation, you're giving from your heart, but at some point, our human kind of sneaks in, our ego sneaks in, and we have moments of the shadow, of the dark, where we're like, no one cares about me. No one cares about what happens to me. And that's what this energy is that they want to talk more about. So what else would you like those that chose reading number 2 to know about this energy? Okay, you got 1, 2, 3. Actually, I feel like you also have 4 and 5 and 6. Let's just put these down here. I feel like maybe 2 more. So what else? Okay, yep, there's one more. And there's the other. Okay. So we'll put this like this. This one showed itself, so we'll start with that one once we get this all scooped out here. All right. And you did get the Two of Spheres. So when I was talking about the ebb and flow of life, this is the card that represents the ebb and flow of the outside world. We do move in between the different energies and the stories that we apply to different situations. You know, we have that power that no matter what comes our way, what fated event ends up in our lap, that we're the ones that get to create the story around it. You know, and the offer talked a little bit about that, where from other viewpoint, people are like, what? You're just getting this handful of green grass? That's a gift? But for you, it might be, and for someone else, it might be. And so it basically is showing that your perspective, the story that you're applying to any situation, can come from two sources, the Two of Spheres. It's either going to be connected to the higher realms, a story that's rooted in unconditional love, or a story that is rooted in fear, the human side of us, right? The fear of losing conditional love. What does that mean about me when they're not giving me something or they're giving me grass? You know, what is that? So the power of the story is really showing itself here. And then we're going to go next to the one next to it here, which is the King of Spheres. So beautiful. So the King of Pentacles in the Standard Tarot, you know, it is about abundance and getting this control, this understanding over your outside world and how you relate to it. One of the big pieces of wisdom that the king learns as he goes through the entire suit is that when he looked outside of himself for his worth, he felt unstable, because we're like everyone, every human is taught at some point in their life to define themselves by relationships, to define themselves by situations and circumstances like your job, your education, your social status, etc. Or from the things in our life, our bodies, our possessions, our bank accounts. And when the king looked outside of himself in those three areas, he felt unstable because those three areas are unstable. Relationships, people change or people pass away. So relationships, when we're using those to define our worth, are unstable. When we define ourselves by our job, our education, our social status, or whatever circumstance we have been told we have to be in order to be lovable and acceptable, well, we know situations never stay the same. The only consistent thing about the world is change, right? And then, of course, things, our bodies, our bank accounts, things break down, they deteriorate, they're stolen, they burn down. So they are unstable too. So all those things are unstable. And that's why we feel unstable in our worth when we're looking outside of that. Big example that Spirit gave me, which made a lot of sense, was, self-worth comes from inside, from our capital S self. When we're looking for our value outside of ourselves, what am I worth to others? That's retail price, because that's what we're valued from others. That's what retail price is all about. How much can I sell something to the world? And what Spirit gave me, a really example that I use a lot because it makes so much sense to me, is like if you're a big, huge parka warm coat and you're in the Antarctic during the winter, you are valued, you have a high value, you're full price, you're priceless. People are fighting over you because they want to stay warm, right? But if you're that same coat on a tropical island on the equator during the summer, you're on the 99% clearance rack. And that's the instability of retail and the outside world. But the king, when he searched inward and he found this flame within, this light that is telling you to turn inward, that's what we find in our heart, this eternal, stable, unconditional love of the higher realms. That becomes the foundation of your worth, not the outside world, but this inner love that you find. It's not unstable and temporary like the outside world. It is stable and eternal, because no conditions means there's nothing you can do to lose it. So that's a very stable love and a very stable foundation that you're finding here. So I'm loving that because it's showing you that the giving of the outside world, whether you're receiving or not from others, doesn't have to define you, and that the reason why you're going through all of that is to learn this. That's the journey that you're learning in the instability of the outside world. Let's see what else you have here too. Yeah, you have the Six of Swords. So swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. And the Six of Swords is about movement. So you definitely are going through this changing of belief. You're realizing that all that popular opinion you were given when you were younger, when you were told these things out here define you, you're questioning them because you're realizing how disappointing that they have been. And once we get to a certain level of being disappointed in the outside world and that instability, that's when we are turned inward to find what we've been looking for all along. And then you have the Four of Spheres. Yeah, this is perfect because the Four of Spheres, the Four of Pentacles, that's the journey that the king goes through. It's the exact story that I just mentioned, the wisdom that the king was bringing in. That's what he learned during the stage 4 of the Pentacle journey that he went through. So it's definitely reinforcing that why you're going through that is to learn that lesson, because you do find stability in your worth when you're turning to that higher place. So I love it. And then you have the Five of Swords. Dun, dun, dun. So the Five of Swords generally represents kind of like, it starts off with this feeling of conflict. And what happens with the Five of Swords is this battling that we have when we try to prove that our small t truths that were rooted in fear, all those expectations, all those things we talked about, right? That those, my small t truths of ego and fear, are more truer than your small t truths of ego and fear. And what do we do when someone tells us we're wrong? Boom, boom, we either fight or we flee, right? And so there's this wonderful transformation, because fives are the number of transformation, of movement, of changing of mind. In this case, changing of mind because of its swords, which is your thoughts and your mindsets, that you're realizing as you connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm rooted in unconditional love, that you're beginning to care less and less and less about defending those opinions you have about the outside world, because you realize that they are disappointing and unstable. So this change of mind that's coming in here, this movement of your thoughts and beliefs is definitely reiterated here with this change. And the reason why it's happening is you're realizing that you don't, it's like you question, why do I believe that I have to do that in order to be lovable? And when you get to the root of it, you're like, oh, that happened because so-and-so told me this, or I went through this situation, or I saw that situation. And so I made a pact with myself. I would never go through that again. So I'm going to have to put this law in place to keep me in line. And you're realizing, I don't have to defend that anymore. I'm going to let that go. So I love it. And then we move into here, which is the Three of Cups. Beautiful. The cup of emotional celebration, the cup of joy, the card of joy. It also is a beautiful hello from your spirit realm. This is a special card that my spirit guides have brought up, that when I get this card, this is your posse, all of your guardian angels and your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones on the other side, your ancestors, unicorns, fairies, whatever you believe, the beings of unconditional love and light on the other side. This is them telling you that you are never alone, that they are with you, that if you had any loved ones who did leave your life, like passing, going back to the other side, that the moment they pulled back out of their physical body to be fully in the spiritual realm, that they were by your side, and they will never leave your side until you are with them. And they have this amazing ability that they can be all places, all at once, so they don't have to share themselves with all of the other loved ones in their lives. So if it's like a parent and you have 10 brothers and sisters, they can be with all of them all at the same time and be fully present and giving you their love. So a wonderful, wonderful message there for you as well. And then you have the 10 of Pentacles, all this pentacle energy that's coming in here. You have spheres and spheres and spheres and spheres. The 10 of Pentacles represents abundant feeling. So that is showing me that you are finding this wholeness and this completeness within yourself, and you are feeling the freedom of being you and expressing yourself. So this journey that you're going through is helping you remember who you really are and really connecting to your power. So beautiful, beautiful energy coming in here because of this adventure that you're on. And then your final card is emotional fulfillment, the 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is kind of known as a wish fulfillment card too, but the 9 of Cups, the 9s are like the Hermit card in the Major Arcana, which is the Hermit goes on his inward journey, which would probably be representative of this, where like this would be a hermit going in and he has a lantern usually, and this bright light is you connecting to the spirit world, your true self, your higher self. And so with all this happening, it doesn't surprise me that you do have this emotional fulfillment that comes in, that just floods in. And you can see here, I love how they have this, these cups are all your emotions, and here's this bright star, which is you, this bright light, which is the true you, the higher you, and you're the one that's filling up all the cups. And this love that you are just is overflowing and flowing over like like they have the champagne fountains at a wedding. It's just flooding and flooding and flooding and filling up all your emotions with all of this. So the why behind, like, why in the heck is this happening to me? Why do I feel like I'm not receiving from other people? Is because it's been designed and on purpose for you to turn inward, to find the biggest gift giver with the biggest gift that they can give you, which is you giving to yourself this beautiful, unconditional love from above flowing into you. So, love this message and this energy that's coming in for you. If you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these timeless pick-a-card readings, I also put out a variety of other videos throughout the month. Like I have a weekly energy update for each individual zodiac sign, a monthly reading for each individual zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos that I put throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be updated immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, also click that subscribe button, and that gives you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, if you select the all option, then you will be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. Also, doing those things, it helps spread the love and it helps my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like a video, share a video, if you comment on the video, and especially subscribing to my channel, when you do those things, the YouTube algorithm gets so excited, it does want to share the videos and messages of this channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am ever so grateful. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. For my recorded personal readings, I do offer a sliding scale and also a sliding scale on some of my other services, which means you can pick a price point that is in more alignment with your budget. So all that is listed in the description box below. All right, beautiful people, as you go through this adventure, please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing journey. We'll be talking soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care. And if you chose reading number 3, which is the All card, then this is the reading for you. We're just going to put them over here. Let's see what message this card brings. It says, when you are worried about your place in the world, remember this gentle creature. Standing in the midst of a starry sky, they gaze intently at their own palms. What is contained within the space of two hands? How can any of us capture what the universe truly holds for us? It can be an overwhelming question, can't it? You could journal on the question of what is all in so many ways. Perhaps this is a reminder that we are all. Just that. All. None of us are any less valuable than the next member of our tribe. When we consider that our tribe consists of everything, like our friend in this card, we may find ourselves contemplating our own worth. For those times that it seems to be more than we can hold, take a step back. Sit down. Feel your own root extending deep into the earth. Press your spine against something firm like a tree or a friend. See your own head opening up to thrust up a ray of light that goes on and on and on into the sky. And repeat the following to yourself. I am all. I am enough. All is all. Chant the words as you feel everything expand outward. Hold on to the feeling of being one with everything. When that feeling fades, start from the beginning. Look around you, dear one. Who else needs this message? It is your turn to remind another that they too are all. I love that. So really, I feel like the energy coming in here is a lot of where do you fit in the world? Why are you even here? Why are you even existing? What is it all for? So we'll dig a little deeper too into the Lonely Woods deck here. And any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below. So if any of them catch your fancy and you want to procure them for yourself, you know where you can locate those. So let's just give these a shuffle. And we'll see what else they want you to know about this feeling of where do you fit in? Where do you belong? Why are you even here? So for those that chose reading number 3, okay, they do want this one right here. And you have there is one who watches over you. Beautiful. Power card number 44. Powerful number there. We'll put this right here. And let's see what else they would like you to say here. So the one who watches over you is compassionate and sage. They often come to you in subtle ways, in the wise shape of a tree, and the luster of sunlit clouds, in the song of water running over rocks. To know you have this guardian is to understand that although there is loneliness, you are never alone. This watcher is linked to the path of your soul, from your first breath to your last, and they will be with you in the great in-between of your lifetimes. The one who watches over you knows the sacred quest of your soul, and when it feels like you have lost your way, they will remind you of your purpose. Shut up. That's so perfect. So you're wondering, what is my purpose here? Why am I here? What is it all about? And here comes the one that watches over you that will remind you of your purpose, why you're here. So we'll put that up there. And we're going to use the Black Tarot to get more clarity on this for you as well. Just give these a good shuffle, get this energy activated. For all those that chose reading number 3. All right. So what else would you like them to know, please? Okay. They do want these 2 and this one. What else? Por favor. Okay. So they want that one and this one and these 2. And is there one more? One more maybe? One more? Oh, yep, right there. Okay. So put that right here. Okay, actually they said they revealed that one first, so we will go with that one. And with these black tarot cards, you can see here how you start chipping away here. And at first I was like, my human ego side, of course, was like, oh my gosh, these cards, why are they doing that? Blah, 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 blah. And then spirit, my spirit guides were like, shh, simmer down now. And they were like, that's happening on purpose, because they wanted to show that whenever the card like this appears, it's a message of behind the darkness, behind what we may seem as dark and shadowy and something that's bad happening in our life, that when you peel it back, there's light beneath it, because whatever is unfolding in our life is unfolding for us. It's not happening to us. So I love that. Yeah, and you have the Death card. So don't freak out about this. This is a card of endings and new beginnings coming in for you. That the questioning of your worth is such a huge, beautiful moment in our lives where we've been so disappointed or so let down or so unfulfilled in the outside world that we've reached a point of going, I've achieved goals, I've had stuff come and go in my life, and it just isn't fulfilling. I'm feeling, it's like billionaires even, will end their lives. Rich people that have a lot of money and abundance and things, they still feel empty. They don't feel fulfilled. So they, only way they can deal with this feeling is by stepping away out of the game and leaving the game. And you don't have to do that. We reach a point in our life where things either get so unfulfilled or so hectic and so where we just can't handle anymore that we do want to make a change. And that's where I feel you're at in your life, is you're just like, what's the meaning of it all? I just don't want to live anymore. I don't feel like there's anything to live for. But it's brought you to this powerful, pivotal point in your life where you're able to see what truly your dream is, what truly why you're here. And the one that watches over you is about to show you this. So I love it. And they do want to go in order. So we'll go to this one next. Yeah, you have the Page of Spheres. It's the Page of Pentacles, which means that you are going to be getting some significant communication coming to you in the outside world. It also means new opportunities are going to be showing themselves to you as you let go of the old dream, the old supposed to be's, the shoulds, the need to's, the have to's, all those dreams and all that stuff that was given to you, this long list of things that you have to accomplish and do in order to be lovable and acceptable. And you are like letting that go. You're letting all that stuff fall away so that you can see life in a completely different way. Let's see what else they want you to know around that. Yeah, you have the Devil card. So significantly, this is showing you all those things that have made you feel blinded and trapped and small. And the Devil card is not a bad card. It's, it gets a bad rap, but the Devil card represents Capricorn, which Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is the taskmaster. It brings all this inner work and working with your shadow, understanding all of the subconscious pressure and rules that were brought in throughout your life. But what's wonderful is that they're not just a slave master. They're like a rich grandpa who is trying to train up their grandchildren in giving them all these tasks that are helping them learn and grow and understand, but then they also get a reward when they do the work. So I feel like what's happening with you here is your shadow is bringing to your face all of the things that, all the chains that bind you. You're showing these limiting beliefs, these old ways of thinking that are no longer serving you, but they're showing you basically a huge mirror just of those beliefs that made you feel that way that you did. All those things that we're told to look out in the outside world that are going to make us feel whole and complete. And those are the things that make us feel small, because we have this condition on our lovability where really in the capital T truths of the higher realm, it's unconditional, not even one condition. But we've been given so many conditions that the devil card shows up to tell you and show you all these conditions, all this limitations you have on yourself that are keeping you held down instead of allowing you to move freely. So that's where you're at with all of this here. Now you also have the King of Cups. So beautiful. King of Cups is the ruler over your emotions. And the King of Cups, they usually hold the Holy Grail, the Ace of Cups, the chalice. And what is that full of? The unconditional love of up above, the love of the creator of all things, of the spiritual higher realms. And that is what we're hungry for. That is what we're thirsting for. And that is where you get to experience of all this. When you're letting go of all that conditional love, you experience this unconditional love from the inside. So this death and this rebirth is the death to the rules, the death to the conditions that are having you just so chained down into the world of fear. Let's see what else we have. Yeah. Because here comes the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. This is like as you connect to your higher self in the higher realm, connecting to that unconditional love, it overflows and it fills up every emotional area of your life. So you really are at this point where you have had enough of feeling sick and tired of being sick and tired and having so many things that you have to do in order to feel lovable and acceptable, because you don't. When you have those conditions, it's this carrot that hangs out there, and their rules are constantly changing. They're becoming more extreme and more abundant. So the carrot is constantly moved. You never feel that you're worthy enough to receive love when you have all that rules around them. That carrot becomes very dried out and starts to grow moldy and has flies on it. And you're just like, I don't think that carrot is very attractive anymore. And I kind of feel like that's the point you're at, is like, you're like, it's not worth it for me. I don't want that damn carrot. So let's see what else you have here. Then you have the Six of Cups. So beautiful. So Six of Cups is a movement in your emotions. It's a change of your emotions into how you're looking at things. It's a lot called the nostalgia card sometimes, because it's very reflective of you looking into your past and understanding why you felt certain emotions when you did. And the awareness that comes through so much of this is that every moment you have a choice between two things, two emotions. It's either going to be an emotion of the fear of losing conditional love, all that stuff we've been talking about, or, like we talked about, an emotion that's related to the unconditional love of the higher realms. And when you realize that every moment is a choice between the two, and it's our choice between the two, when you look back at old memories and you understand that when we choose, the fear of losing conditional love, when our human side, when we go into that fear mode and fight or flight, this alarm goes off. When the little child inside of us feels unsafe, out of control, it pushes a lot of the blood out of our brain to go to our arms and our legs, either to fight or to run like crazy. And so we're not thinking straight. We're actually out of our minds, because our human mind doesn't want us to stand there wondering and contemplating, is that giant lion hungry and dangerous, or is he and then he eats us, right? So it puts us into this mode to feel safe again, to feel in control again. And so it does things in an animalistic survival mode way, not an unconditionally loving, compassionate way. It only goes into this wanting to protect itself. And when we realize that, then we understand that why people acted a certain way when they went into fear was not personal. They became an animal. They were not there anymore. They went out of their minds. They didn't even realize who we are. They're just trying to feel safe and get in control again. We also might recognize in a fearful moment that we were acting out of our minds as well, right? So two people in a situation or more acting out of fear, acting out of their minds. When we look back at situations, we understand then, we stop taking things so personal because they weren't personal. They were someone drowning, and we swam out and they smacked us as their arms are flaying around. They were just panicking. They weren't going, you know what, I'm going to smack them today. It was a reactionary thing. And we got close enough, they grabbed onto us out of panic and pulled us under the water with them. And we're like, they're trying to murder me. And we're like, no, they weren't. They were panicking. They had no idea what they were doing. We start taking other people's actions less personally. And we start looking at other people in a situation differently. We start looking at a situation differently. And we definitely start looking at ourselves differently because of this too. So beautiful understanding and unfolding of your emotions. Yeah. Then you have the Star card. Beautiful. This is you connecting to your higher self. It's a card of hopefulness. It's a card of wish fulfillment. You got two of the cards which are more commonly known for wish fulfillment. So you finally feel like this hope coming in, this bright light coming in. You're connecting to your higher self, your real love from above, and it's transforming how you're looking at life. Hopefulness comes in, and it definitely comes in after the reflection and realization of these past emotions as you transform them. Then your final card is the Emperor. So regardless if you're male or female or how you identify, I mean, you've got the king here and then you have the emperor here. You definitely are taking control more over your life, where you don't feel like you're out of control, that you're on this drama train that is just about to leap off the tracks and explode. You're really gaining this understanding that you get to put the story and choose whatever emotions you are going in your life, that you're the one that controls your life, and you're not under the control of others. You're not at the whim of everyone else's stuff. You are finding this purpose for yourself in here, especially as you connect to the Star. The King of Cups is the highest love that you can realize, which is the unconditional love from above. You are realizing the power that you really have over your life, and that, again, you don't have to be at the whim of other people's actions, because as you realized, it's not personal. If they're freaking out, if it's not an emotion of unconditional love they're expressing, then they're not being themselves. They are screaming out in fear for love. And so every moment is always of love. It's just either of unconditional love or screaming because we're in fear of losing love. And in either case, the answer to every question and the answer to every situation is always unconditional love. It solves everything. So I love this journey going through. You have all this beautiful pink quartz, which represents the higher love, the higher heart chakra. So you are definitely coming into this place of your own power, finding your purpose, how you uniquely want to share that unconditional love with the world in your own unique way. Definitely this ending and new beginning of your life is coming. You don't have to end your life. I was on that verge one point in my life, and I have never regretted Spirit stepping in, telling me that, no, you have a whole life ahead of you. Don't give in to that fear, and I love you. And that's what the Creator is telling you. You are definitely loved. I have a purpose for you. You chose a purpose before you come down here, and you're about ready to have this ending and new beginning, introducing this whole new way in which you're going to express that unconditional love to the world in your own special, beautiful, unique way. I love this for you. If you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these timeless pick-a-card readings, I also put out weekly energy updates for each individual zodiac sign, also monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, also click the subscribe button, and that gives you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, if you select the all option, then you will be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. Also, doing those things, it helps spread the love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like a video, or you share a video, you comment on the video, and especially if you subscribe to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy happy it does want to share the messages and videos of this channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am ever so grateful. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. For many of my services, I do offer a sliding price scale, so you can choose a price that is more in alignment with your budget. So all that is in the description box. All right, beautiful people, as you go through this wonderful journey, please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing adventure. We'll be talking soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care. All right, if you chose reading number 4, which is the clearing card, then this is the reading for you. And we're just going to put that right here. And let's see what message comes in here. Sometimes we all need a little help. Our gentle creature is getting that help. They have had so many rough spots, so many hurts, that they needed to take the time to rid themselves of that negativity. They watch as a feathered companion removes their burden. Our friend here used a bit of folk magic. They held the egg in the palm of their hand. Taking time to really think about their most recent journey, they spoke to the egg. And this card is about putting your fears, your worries, your anxieties into the egg. Then it can be carried away by you or someone else to be let go of in a caring fashion. Do not imagine yourself broken if you find yourself filled with thoughts that are darker than you like. Instead, let yourself acknowledge that these are things that happen to all. It is necessary to release them rather than let yourself be weighed down. You can always call on your most trusted friend to help you with this clearing of your burden. Do note that you are not always the one who needs to unburden yourself. Sometimes you are the one summoned to help another as their most trusted friend. This is a notification to go within yourself, see which role you must take on today. And it's okay if you sit with a friend as you both clear the air and yourselves. Wow, I love that. So definitely putting all that burden into this egg that can be carried away, like it shows here, and that the little friend here is carrying away the burden. So I like this so far. I feel like we're going to get more clarification when we look into the Lonely Woods deck here. And all the cards I use in a reading, by the way, I do list in the description box below. So if any catch your fancy and you want to pick them up for yourself, you know where you can locate those. So let me just do one more shuffle here. We'll see, what else do they want you to know? Those that chose reading number 4 about this energy of this anxiety and all this stuff that's happening, about putting it into a little egg. So let's see what this one is here. You've got a time for healing. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful energy card here, and it is card number 16. We'll put that right here. Let's see what else they want you to know about this energy here. It says, at times, amidst the travails of the world, we find ourselves keening for the soft touch of the healer, of one who knows the right way to bring back to life the dimming light within our souls. The healer's touch may feel far from you, but if you take a moment and allow the ancient ones to come to you, you will feel a tender hand upon your brow, offering you the energy of the universe. Allow yourself to be restored by this ancient form of blessing and healing, even if human hands are far away right now. Imagine. Close those weary eyes. Know the ancient ones are with you, and let them reweave the fibers of light that make you into the being of radiance you so truly are. Wow. Yeah, definitely I'm feeling like this feathered friend. This is spirit. This is your whole posse of support on the other side. You know, we have the creator, we have spirit, we've got our guardian angel and all our angels and our spirit guides, our loved ones on the other side, our ancestors, you know, the ancient ones like it talks about, you know, unicorns, fairies, leprechauns, whatever you believe those beings of unconditional love and light are, they are here for you. And they're telling you that with this anxiety and all this stuff that's going on in your life, that the purpose is for you to be able to trust and reach out to the spirit world, allowing yourself to ask of your own free will for them to assist you to help relieve a burden, help bring the knowledge and the wisdom of why you're going through that and what you are able to glean from it. And then with that piece, the why, a lot of the why that they're sharing is for most of you that you are healers in so many different ways. It doesn't have to be a Reiki healer or energy worker. I mean, you could be in the medical profession, you can be in a psychology profession, you can be in so many different ways. I'm seeing like tons of them, you know, healing through art, healing through music, so many different things that you are discovering for yourself because you are experiencing it and going through it and getting this release and relief from spirit, that you're understanding and learning different ways to relieve this anxiety and the stress and all the shadowy, darker emotions that you're experiencing so that you can be a healer as well. So I'm loving this. We're also going to use the Black Tarot here and just see what else they want to add into this reading for you. One more time. All right. For those that chose reading number 4, what else would you like them to know, please? All right. They wanted all of those, so we will go with these for sure. You've got these here, these here, these here. Let's get these all scooched out, and actually they're telling me they want the bottom card here, and this one is going to tell us, I'm going to put it this way so I remember that this is different than the other decks. This is what is hidden and unknown, something that you aren't aware of that's coming your way. So I love that. So we're going to take a look here. Now, these Black Tarot cards, when they started first peeling like this, my human side, of course, was like, oh my gosh, why is that happening? This shouldn't be happening. Blah, 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 blah. And Spirit, of course, was like, simmer down, because this is going to be a message going forward that whenever you see a card here with this being ripped away, that it's telling us that regardless of the darkness that we feel is going on around us, when you peel it away, there is always light underneath it. It's happening on purpose, for a purpose, for us. So, but they do want to start over here. They're like, point that out, but start over here. So we will. And you got the Strength card. How beautiful. So the Strength card is a wonderful card of awareness that comes in for you, because the whole, I love how they have this looking like kind of a phoenix too, rising from the ashes. But the story of the Strength card that Spirit gave me is that they usually have a lion on there and then a maiden. And the lion represents our human side, this character that we're playing here on the earth. And the maiden represents our higher self, the actor behind the character, a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being that's made of unconditional love. And our lion is on this journey. It comes down here so hungry and so thirsty, and it's told to look outside of itself for its fulfillment. And so we do, like all of us, of relationships, of situations, of things in our bodies, but it doesn't feel fulfillment in those. It only, if it fills them for any period of time, it doesn't last. And so the lion becomes more hungry, more thirsty, and desperately so. It even becomes hangry. It's hungry, angry. It's roaring in the jungle. Well, in the beginning, our lion self, our human self, isn't aware of our higher self in the beginning because it wanted to veil itself from that memory of who we really are, that powerful being, to experience this life purely. Because if you remember that you're this super powerful, eternal, expansive being, you wouldn't even really fear or go through a whole lot here. But because we're, think we're this tiny little human on this tiny little planet in this huge, massive universe, we get to experience things that we wouldn't normally. But at some point, we become very desperate, where we're panicking, and our higher self, always being aware of our human self on the other side of the veil, comes down. It doesn't come down to kill us and put us out of our misery, or to cage us, to protect other people from us, or to manipulate us with a whip and a chair, like they do in the carnival, because our higher self knows that what our little self is hungering for is for the unconditional love of back home, and that's not finding in the outside world. And so our higher self, being so conveniently made of unconditional love, is able to give itself to our lion self. It hugs it and just fills it up with love. And our lion self, our human self, transforms from this roaring lion in the jungle to a purring little lion cub sitting in the lap of our higher self, feeling contentment and wholeness, not feeling thirsty, not hungry, and feeling the love that it's been searching for all along. So the strength card is that definitely through this situation, this healing piece, is you're finding this connection to the spiritual realm, to the higher realm, that is making you feel this wholeness and this completeness. That's where this emptiness, and I like this, how the emptiness of the heart is being filled by the winged creature there, right? So I love that. So definitely this is a part of the growing here. And then they want to pop up here. Yeah, and here's the Fool card. So you're definitely ready for this new adventure. Cycles ending, new cycles beginning. And the Fool card for me also represents our soul. So you're definitely having this connection that's coming through all this of connecting to your higher self. And then you go into the Chariot. Another powerful card coming in here. I mean, you've got so far 3 major arcana, which the major arcana differ from the 4 suits of the minor arcana. These are life-changing things. These are significant situations coming in here for you. So you're definitely at this point of this major transformation that's coming in. And the Chariot represents the power of choice, that you get to choose any moment, regardless of what fated event your soul wanted your little self to go through. Within each of those, that you get to choose what story you apply to it, and you get to choose what emotion you want to feel as you go through it. So there is this beautiful empowerment that comes in here, knowing that every moment is always a choice between unconditional love of the upper realm or the fear of losing conditional love of the lion realm, right, of our human side. And within each of that, you do have this power to choose that. And so you do have this beautiful awareness that's coming through, such huge movement coming here. And then you have the 9 of Swords. So Sword Suit is your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes. your expectations. It's also called like the insomnia card or the nightmare card. You can see how stress is coming here, and all these knives are all these thoughts and beliefs, the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, all those things the lion was told to look outside of itself that it needed in order to feel this wholeness and this completeness. But it's a great card because you are so ready to move on to the number 10 of swords, which is releasing, endings and new beginnings, again coming in here. The 9 is the hermit's journey. The 9 is normally in the major arcana, the hermit who has a lantern with this bright star in it that's helping guide its path, which is its higher self. But you're turning inward to understand your thoughts, your beliefs, your expectations. And so you are on this inner journey, understanding that all this stress, all these feelings that you're having are based on all these fears of not living up to that long list of things that you were told that you have to do in order to feel fulfilled and not feel hungry and thirsty. But like we talked about, they never make you feel whole for very long, if at all. So you have all this stress of trying to meet up to all this stuff, and that just keeps getting piled on and piled on and piled on. And then you have the devil card. Yeah, so definitely this is the shadow self. So don't, be scared of the devil here, because this represents the Capricorn energy, which is ruled by Saturn. And it is basically the taskmaster. It brings these challenges to your beliefs, to all these thoughts and beliefs. It's being brought into your face. Another major arcana, by the way. Huge realizations of what is chaining you down, what is blinding you and binding you and making you feel small and insignificant. It's all these rules that are coming up. And the devil card, this is your shadow bringing this to your face right now at this time on purpose, for purpose, because in realizing it, you're set free. Usually think of like Dr. Evil in the Austin Powers series, if you never watched it. Dr. Evil's like it was a comedy, it's a villain. It was a takeoff of all these, spy movies, where he's the official villain that's trying to take over the world as usual. Austin Powers is the international man of mystery, British agent that is sent to try to stop Dr. Evil. But Austin Powers would always get caught by Dr. Evil. And Dr. Evil would always spill the plan to Austin Powers, who would conveniently escape and be able to foil the plan. And that's what happens. The devil is like Dr. Evil, who shows us and looks at us and goes, here's the plan. This is what keeping you small and trapped and blah, blah, blah. And then winks at you, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, to get you to go, now you can foil the plan now that you know what's keeping you trapped and small. So that's what's happening here. And I love that. And then you move into the sun. The sun is one of the most brightest, of course, victorious, significant cards in the deck. So this is showing that light is being shown onto so many different areas of your life, revealing so many different things to you. And it also kind of represents Leo energy, which is about connecting to your child self, understanding these things that were brought on into your subconscious and absorbed by your child self. Your little child self, which is ruling a lot of your expectations and all this subconscious emotion, charged emotion that's bouncing around still in our subconscious. So all of this is working together to bring light into who you are, to why you're doing things, what your purpose is, and of course, transforming and healing things, right? Healing old memories. And then we'll go to this one next, which is the Six of Cups. Yeah, thought this was coming up because the Six of Cups is about looking back over your old emotions and transforming them. Because when you realize with this power of choice that every moment is either of unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love, either of below or of above, then you can go back and look at old situations. You understand with this healing, looking back at, why am I scared of that? Why do I fear that? Why am I judging myself so harshly around that? You go back, or, why did they do that to me? We look back and understand that when we're that lion, that hangry lion, we are animalistic. We are in this fight or flight mode, trying to feel in control, trying to feel whole at whatever cost. And with that, we go back and we understand, we look at a painful memory, for example, and we look and go like, well, that person said that to me, or that person did that to me. And we realize, is it of unconditional love? No, then it was a fear of losing conditional love. And when we're in fear, we go out of our minds. Literally, our human body sends blood from our brain to our arms and legs to go fight and not think. It's defensive, it's offensive, it's trying to get back into feeling safe and in control. Like someone drowning, they're panicking, they're doing whatever they can do to survive. Someone comes up to them and your arms are flailing, we smack someone upside their head. They get closer, we grab onto them, pull them under the water with us. They think we're trying to murder them. But what it is we're just in this animal survival mode. It's not personal. And when we realize other people's actions are like that too, that all of us are out of our minds when we're in fear, we start looking at situations and memories differently. We look at people differently, and we start looking at ourselves differently. So this shining light and getting in touch with your inner child, there are emotional pains that you're going back and dealing with, these expectations, all the shadow, it's showing you and pointing you all back to the past here to transform things so that you can really step into this power, knowing that you get to choose what any moment means. You get to choose what emotion you want to feel as you go through anything. And then this hidden thing that's coming your way here is the Hierophant, another major arcana. It's crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards out of 8. You only had 2 cards that were not of major arcana, which is major transformation, major significant changes for you. So this is going to be an amazing time for you, because the Hierophant is about moving to higher levels in your spirituality, seeing things completely different, transforming, changing your thoughts and beliefs, moving to this new place. Hierophant can be spiritual teacher too, which we talked about. You might have a spiritual teacher or healer coming into your life to help you. I feel like it's more spirit that's doing it, but it could be a human, or books or websites or stuff that you're doing, learning about your healing. But I feel like you become the teacher. The student becomes the teacher. The healed becomes the healer. And so definitely you have this new journey that you're definitely embarking on that's going to be life-changing, because all this major arcana energy, this is a life changer for you. And I do love where this is headed. Now, if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these timeless pick-a-card readings, I also put out weekly energy updates for each individual zodiac sign, monthly readings for each zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be updated immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, also click the subscribe button, and that does give you a notification or access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, if you select the all option, then you are notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. Doing those things also helps spread the love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways, because when you like a video, share a video, comment on a video, and especially subscribing to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy happy. It does want to share the messages and videos of this channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am ever so grateful for those. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. I do offer a sliding price scale for my recorded readings and some of my other services so that you can choose a price that's in more alignment with your budget as well. So again, all that in the description box below. Right, beautiful people, as you go through this life-changing experience, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and of course, I love you too. Have an amazing adventure. We'll be talking very soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.